What does that even mean, Bauer's Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I have another special Kickstarter review. Today for Island Dice. This will be on a Kickstarter near you very soon. It is for 2 to 4 players, ages that say about 12 or 13 up, and it'll take you between 1 to 2 hours to play. And in Island Dice, you'll be rolling tons of dice, moving big, nasty monsters around the board and roaming karma, trying to get your explorers to different bases, all while trying to stay alive and not get robbed or killed by tribesmen. Sound intriguing? Let's open it up and see how it plays. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Island Dice. As I always like to mention, this is a prototype that I have right here. Yours is going to look much nicer, much shinier. It's not just going to have beads and, gems that are jewels and everything like that. Yours is going to be much nicer with custom dice, all that stuff. So, let's get to the gameplay. Now, I do want to mention this is a lengthier game. It can go up to like 2 hours, so I'm not going to go over completely how the game works. I'm going to hit on the basics and just give you a good feel for how the game plays. First and foremost, we have our handy-dandy rule booklet. It is, 5 pages? So really, 3 pages, double-sided. It needs a facelift, but as with everything else, this is the prototype edition. It will show you how to play the game, and it will get you on the ground and running with no problem, which is always what is important. So, we're going to give you a look at all the different components you're going to get in the game and how they work together. In this game, first and foremost, what are you trying to do? In order to win the game, you need to kill everyone else, or you need to have your guys, which you'll have various different colors, on each and every one of the bases around the board, and there are going to be 4 bases on the board. Now, these are the 4 bases, and these represent the tribes' bases, because there will be native tribes that will be wandering around trying to hurt you or rob you or help you or do various different things. In the prototype, they are represented by these beads. Now, these tribesmen are really interesting because they're just going to be wandering around, but other players are going to be controlling them most of the time. So you can send them towards people, you can send them away from you, or you can use them to block things. There's all sorts of different things you can do with those. Now, I mentioned sometimes they can rob you. You say, rob you? I say, yes, because you're going to have your jewels in this game, your gems, and these are going to be very important throughout the game. You're going to be using these for a lot of different things. There's a feed your people mechanic, which is all the rage right now, where you have to feed your people at the end of every turn. You can also use these gems to, as I mentioned, send the tribesmen going to attack other people. You can use them to convert tribesmen to your cause. So if you're cool with this guy, you can say, hey, now you're one of us, which is really helpful sometimes. And sometimes, even if they're not friendly with you, you can pay a little bit more money, and then you can still convert them. Another thing you can do, and this is a big one, is you can get the big nasty guy or the massive roaming karma out and moving. Now you're saying, what are those? Well, those are going to be 2 separate tiles on the board where they're going to spawn, and these are the 2 big boys. Let me tell you, when these guys come out, you don't want to see them anywhere near you. Now, first and foremost, we have our big nasty guy. What the big nasty guy does is when he spawns up, he is going to, he can move 2 spaces, and whatever he touches just dies. So if he were to go right here, then, well, not the base, obviously, but this guy is just dead. You don't even get a survival roll. He is gone. He's going to eat you all up. And he gets to go 2 spaces when he moves. Now, the massive roaming karma is a completely different beast. He is one you really don't want to see anywhere near you. He only gets to go 1 space, but in addition, he's going to kill everything on the spot, and that includes, I should mention, the tribesmen and yourself and other players. Everybody's just going to die. But he also has an area of effect thing, which means if you are anywhere around him on a square, well, then bad news, you're going to have to do a survival roll just to make sure that you can survive and live, which is a great segue into the dice, because the real start of this show is the dice. And as you can see, we got tons of dice down here. Now, on your turn, you are going to be rolling 6 dice. Now, these ones you're not going to be rolling. We'll get more into those later. But you're going to be rolling 6 of these dice right here. Now, you're always going to roll these 3 dice right here. Now, what these do are, one will give you money. They'll give you various different amounts of gems, or you might get shut out. You might get no gems at all. This one will decide how much you're going to move. So 6 spaces, and you can break this up in any way you want. So if you got 3 guys, they can all do 2 spaces, or 1 guy can do all 6. Pretty much any way you would like to do it. And then you're going to have this one, which is going to tell you how much it's going to cost to bring out more people. So if you roll this, you'll be able to put out 1 guy for, well, 1 gem if you roll it there, or you can get a free guy if you just roll the guy, or wah wah wah. You know, you can get shafted there as well. Moving on, there's tons of other die. These 4 are all pretty much the same. These are going to move the tribemen, the native tribe around the board. Obviously, if you got the blue, that's going to move a blue, and gray is going to move the gray, and brown and green, so on and so forth. But it will also spawn. 2 out of the 6 times you're going to spawn more of these people. So there's going to be tons of tribesmen rolling around the board, getting killed by big nasty guys and massive roaming karmas, robbing you, doing all sorts of stuff like that. The other 3 dice are, so one's for defense and 1 is for offense. We'll go into those right now. If you roll this one, you will be safe from those tribesmen. So if you roll the green, well then, yeah, green guys aren't going to hurt you. So that's always good. This blue one right here will hurt your opponents. If you do this, you pick out an opponent, and they are not allowed to go on whatever color you roll this turn. If they are already there, then they have to do a survival roll where they're either going to live or die, which is a great segue into this dice right here. You're going to have these live and die dice. These are essentially going to decide, because a lot of the times you're going to have to do survival rolls, whether you're going to live or whether you're going to die, and it's pretty cut and dry there. The last one is this purple die right here. Now, this is one of the more intriguing dies out there, because what can happen is you can pay 30 gems, which is a boatload of gems, to bring out the big nasty guy or the massive roaming karma. Or what you can also do instead is you can roll this die, and if you get the BNG or the MRK on there, you get to bring them out onto the board, or if they're already out there, you get to move them. The last one is you're going to notice that there's all 4 different colors. There's going to be a lot of survival rolls. So if you were to roll the blue, everyone that's on a blue has to do a live/die survival roll. It can get real hectic. You're going to be rolling a lot of survival dice. I forgot one more die. Ah, there it is. This is the kill die. This is actually probably my favorite die in the game. I love this concept for this die. It's essentially an assassination die. You can pick out 1 character, 1 player over there. So let's just say this guy's about to win. You roll this die. What's going to happen is you're either going to get 5 times out of 6, you're not going to get lucky. You're going to have to pay 3 coins and you're just won. But if you get the kill symbol, you can kill him off. It's kind of like a sniper rifle, but granted that doesn't fit the theme at all. But there's combat, there's robbery, which gets me down to the robbery. There's going to be times where you're going to run into the tribesmen, and they're going to try and rob you, and this is the robbery dice. You'll roll that, and it goes between 1 and 3, I believe. And they're going to steal your precious gems. But anywho, you are going to be taking turns, 2 to 4 players. You're going to be trying to get all of your characters onto the various different things, onto the various different bases to win the game. Either that, or you're going to try and move the big nasty guy, the massive roaming karma, and manipulate these guys to kill all of your opponents. Now that, in a very loose nutshell, is how Island Dice works. Alrighty then, Island Dice. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the cons side, the game's not going to be for everybody for a couple different reasons. It is 2 to 4 players, so obviously if you got a bigger game group, it is not going to be for you. Also, it is primarily just chucking dice. There is a lot of luck in this game. Who gets to move the big nasty guy? Oh, how much gems did I get? How do I get to make a dude for free, or do I not get to make one at all? I mean, there's a lot of various different things that if you're just not into luck-driven games, you're probably going to want to steer clear, because there is tons of luck in this game. Granted, there is still quite a bit of strategy as well. Another thing you might not like is the game can really drag on. It says 2 hours, but I mean, when you get set back, things can happen. Like once the big nasty guy comes out and the karma comes out, everybody can just get wiped. You know, you can get half your guys wiped just like that. And if that happens, well, then you're going to get set back and the game is going to get extended. If it happens to everybody, then it'll get extended even more. And, you know, that would be definitely unfortunate because it can prolong the game longer than you might like it to be. Moving on to the pros, though, I did enjoy Island Dice. I love chucking all the dice. That's one thing I really liked, was just deciding, ooh, which dice am I going to pick this from? You got your 3, obviously, but then you get to decide about the other ones. I love the kill die. I don't know if I can think of another game that has this, where you can just say, all right, I'm going to gamble, essentially, and try and kill one of your guys. It's a really cool concept. I dig the gem usage, how you got to save up your gems to do this or do that, and then, like, you can save up your gems, and then when someone's not expecting, you can be like, oh, that's not actually, you know, a tribesman, that's actually my dude, because I just paid gems, and boom, I'm all the way over here. I can't wait to see the game with finished components, with nice custom dice, and with maybe like little tribesmen that are, I don't know what they're thinking about, but like at least little pieces that look like tribesmen that you can move around the board with the artwork. I'm really excited to see where this game goes, because obviously this is a very rough prototype I have in front of me with next to no artwork. I mean, that's about the extent of the artwork, so I'm really excited about that. Really did enjoy Island Dice. If you like chucking dice, but you want a little bit more strategy, definitely be sure to check out Island Dice. Check it out on the Kickstarter link below. Tell them Bowers Game Corner sent you. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was the review for Island Dice. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner.